The fitness gram pacer test. Okay. Hi, this is the test, where we will be taking a test and get into our ears. So that'll be fun, I guess. New game. I haven't played this before. I saw Mr. YouTube play it, so I figured I'll play it too. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You'll be asked a series of questions and must answer them honestly. By the way, I am S.E.N from SoundEffectsNecessary. But honestly, my name is Alexander. Anyways, moving on. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if it's hard to face. I will be 100% honest. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This is very spooky ambiance. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. You know? As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you will not have natural access to, or do not. This isn't psychic, it isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. This is you. I'm a Taurus, by the way. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is a human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand or realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back. I have some drink here, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. Put my coaster right here. I have my nice breakfast sandwich. We are about to begin with a series of questions that provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking substantial information today. Here we go. Would you be alright with living alone forever? Yes. If I know and understand it, then yeah. I wouldn't like it, but I'd be alright with it. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? Yes. If you found money in the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Yes, not my money. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Yes. Are you afraid of spiders? I like to say I'm not. I know spiders are very important to the ecosystem, but I don't like them. I don't want them touching me. I'm not like paranoid, but like if I see a spider on my desk and be like, everyone hold the phone, I gotta deal with the spider. I also don't like squishing them because it's like gross. I'm also not kind to the spider. I tend to like try to at least move them elsewhere, even though like putting them outside will kill them. It's like, sorry, this is my space. So yes, I don't like spiders. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? No, not really. I don't see a point. It's like, wow, this is lava. So, would you consider yourself to be fat? No, except in the right places. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? Yes. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? No. Doesn't seem pleasant. This is all very interesting. Did you realize the last letter of the previous 5 questions when put together spell the name Satan? If you rearrange it, it says Santa, but no, I didn't realize that. Does that make you uncomfortable? Not really, no. Are you good at finding hidden puddles or glue? Not at all. Are you now wondering that what other hidden messages are placed in these questions? A little bit, yeah. Have you been entirely honest with your answers so far? Yes, I don't like spiders. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? Honestly, a little bit, yeah. Like, I'm afraid what that means for me as a person. Not willing to accept that. So, yeah, I am a little bit afraid of that. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? I kind of knew going into it what it would be if I was lying to myself. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Not really, no, these aren't strange. Would you consider yourself captivated? A little bit, yeah. It's pretty interesting. My point exactly, very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? I know I've been brave in the past. I don't like being brave, but I know that sometimes you have to be, so yes. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? Yes. The way I problem solve and come to conclusions of things, I've noticed will sometimes be slightly faster than other people and in strange ways, so I consider myself above average intelligence. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? No, not at all. I've not been caring. Are you wondering which hidden messages you have missed? No, I don't care. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? No, I'm good with however long. I got nothing else to do today. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Again, like, there have been times where I have been patient, but I think overall I like responses and reactions quickly. Might be my ADHD brain, my squirrel brain, but I'd say no, I'm not really a patient person. Do most humans annoy you? Yes. The ones that I talk to and like don't annoy me. Don't worry. But like, when I have to listen to the person in front of me in line being very loud, I know that I'm also loud, but it's like, that annoys me. Do you prefer animals to people? Yes. Animals are great. Do you believe in magic? Okay, so, I guess no. I don't believe in magic the way people think of magic. It's like, oh, I'm casting a spell on you. It's like, no. But I believe that has roots in actual, like, things that happen. If you think about something, you're going to start to subconsciously act on that more often. So if I say, I would really love to make a bowl of Jell-O, I am going to think about that more. I'm going to just put that in my brain. I'm not casting any spells, but I'm manifesting this so that when I go to the store, I will buy Jell-O because I'll remember it on, like, my third trip. So while you can manifest things, make things happen, I don't believe, like, hocus pocus magic. No. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? I do. Do you fear death? I fear dying, but I don't fear death. I don't want it to be painful. I don't want it to be gross. I don't want to be like, oh god, it's happening. But overall, no, I don't fear death. It happens to everyone. Fearing death is pointless. It's gonna happen. It happens to everyone, everything, except for, I guess, this coffee drink. I'm not gonna die. It's like, there's no point in fearing it. I just fear the actual thing that will kill me. Like a bear mauling me. That would be bad. So, no, I don't fear death. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No? Like attracted as in, like, hey, you're cool? No, not really, no. Did you answer that last question 100% honestly? Yeah, I am in a relationship with the person I'm attracted to. Are you alone? In the room? Yes, otherwise, no. There's someone else in the house. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? My window's open. I sometimes think my neighbors are watching me because, like, in the winter, all the trees are barren, and it's just an open window, and at night when my light is on, it's like, this is basically a television screen to everyone in the neighborhood. Someone's watching you, like, in general. I guess, yeah. I legitimately think my neighbors look out and go, oh yeah, it's them with the open window. Because I do that when I drive past houses. I'm like, huh, that person is watching news. Wow, because they have their television screen pointed at the window. Have you wondered who I am? No. There was actually one time when I worked for a television station. I was driving home, and just this person had this like giant like triple pane window on the front of their house, and they had a big monitor or a big television screen that they would watch. So like every day when I drive home, I'd be like, oh cool, they're watching this thing again. Many days they'd be watching the same channel and news station that I worked at, and I would be driving home and be like, oh hey look, there's Jeff doing his show. Like, cool. I just finished my show and went home. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? I'm a little cold, but I'm not shivering now. Do you feel like you're being watched? You already asked me that. Like, right now? No, I don't feel like I'm being watched. I'm recording something. I'm going to be watched, but not now. Have you considered quitting the session early? No, not at all. This is really fun. Do you drink water every day? Yes, I have water right here. I found that I need to prep my drinks at the beginning of the day. I made two 24 ounces of coffee in 2 separate mugs, and then a 24 ounce of not 24, 20 ounce of tea as well. So I had 3 drinks, my water, and I think I might have had something else. I was like, these are my drinks for the day, because otherwise I don't drink that much liquids. But yes, I drink water every day. I'm not one of those people who like, I drink only coffee. It's like, I have to drink water. Do you eat at least once per day every day? Yes. Do you realize that you've missed 7 hidden messages thus far? Do I realize? I mean, now I realize, but no, I didn't realize that before. Do you realize that you just missed another one? No, again, I told you, I'm bad at this. Are you wondering what they were? A little bit, yeah. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? No, I don't think they're that important. Is your favorite number 7? No, but I like to guess 7 when people are like, what number am I thinking of between 1 and 10? You go with 7, the least likely number, or the least common number. I think since that statistic became very popular a while back, people started picking 7 more, so now people pick 7. But otherwise, my favorite number is 3. So no, not 7. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? I don't agree that life is short. Okay, so you're asking me in a metaphorical way. I don't think life is short. I think life is the longest thing we will ever do, but it feels short. I look back on things like, wow, that, like, when I tell people, like, oh yeah, SpongeBob is old, like, the show is, like, 20 now, or something, like, 22, or something. You're like, oh my god, that flew by so fast, and, yeah, time flies, but there's a lot of time. Yeah, sure. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? Correct. They're 2 separate things. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? I think I did, yes. I've heard it before. I didn't, like, actively remember it, but yes, I knew that. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Absolutely. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? Absolutely. The thing I talked about earlier. Not magic, but just, like, manifesting something. Like, I wanted, a sandwich this morning. So I went out and I wanted a nice comfy sandwich. I wanted to have a nice breakfast. So here it is. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? No. Be yourself. Be who you want to be. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? In person? Yes. I would love to go scuba diving. I would love to go, like, exploring, like, sea life in a safe way. I don't want to just, like, be tossed underwater. But in video games, I hate water levels. They're annoying. But yeah, underwater adventures sound like a great time. You realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase, I love you. Again, no, I didn't. Do you wish to be loved? Yeah, who doesn't? Do you have any addictions? My phone, I guess. I'm addicted to my phone. I like video games a lot, but I'm not addicted to video games. But I think I do legitimately have an addiction to my phone. I think everyone does. Whenever I'm just sitting around, I love having books on my phone, because then I'm not on social media, like, just like, oh, let me open, like, Facebook, browse through, like, wow, haha, funny pictures, and then closing it. Like, it's become just a reaction thing, just, like, instinct, knee-jerk, like, oh, I have to do something. I can't just sit here. I try to often. I will oftentimes be aware of that and be more mindful. But yeah, I think, like, I just have a habit of just, like, glancing over at my phone, be like, did I get any messages? Nope, okay. It's like, that's an addiction, I feel. So, yeah. Do you dislike the color pink? No. Does the color gray seem depressing? Yes. Do you enjoy loud music? I enjoy loud music when I'm listening to it, and I will oftentimes make sure it's in my headphones. I don't enjoy loud music when it's coming from 3 buildings over, and I have to still listen to it. But yeah, I enjoy loud music. Do you like to dance? Yes. Would you consider yourself normal? So there is a set of like normal where it's like, oh, you have to be this way, cookie cutter this way. But I don't think that's normal. I think normal, because everyone I hang out with is like, yeah, I have this weird hobby, or I like doing this thing. Like, I like wearing my hoodies like this, or something. Like, no one's normal, other than the freaks. And then they're not normal either, so no, I don't consider myself normal. No one's normal. Do you love your parents? Yes, I do. I love you. Have you ever been lied to? Yes. I don't think anyone has not been lied to. Do you get angry often? No. Like, anger? No, I don't. Frustrated? I will get grumpy and just, like, brood on something for, like, 10-15 minutes. But I don't get angry. I don't need to, like, yell at people. I don't, like, need to punch a wall or vent myself in unhealthy ways. Like, I feel anger, the motion of anger and grumpiness and stuff, but I don't like feel fury and have a problem with it, and it's not often, so no. Do you hold grudges? I believe I used to for a little bit, where I would just be like moody at someone or at the mention of someone, but in the last several years I have made sure like I don't want to be like that. I don't like it when other people are like that to me. So it's just like, if someone wishes to talk to me and they've been kind of a dick to me in the past, like, again, with second chances, like, yeah, I there will come a point where will be like, no, okay, don't talk to me, but I'm not gonna be like, I need to punch you, like, you deserve this. Like, no, I don't wish ill on people, at least not long term. I might be grumpy at the time, but no. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes, I have. Have you ever lied? Yes, I have. These are all like common things. Someone's gonna do that in their lifetime. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? No. I think trees are gorgeous. If you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person. Sometimes, yeah. Have you seen a cat? They don't pay rent. They don't have to clean up their own crap. Their food is just there for them. A house cat, at least. It's like, that seems pretty chill. Have you ever seen just like a newt laying on a rock, just like licking its eyeball? He's got no problems. I would love that. Just for at least like a little bit. Like, yeah. Like, just chill for today. I'm gonna be a newt. Yeah. Do you believe you have psychic powers? Now the question is, real psychic powers like magic? No. But in like the way of like, you can deduce things and that's psychic? It's like, I believe I can do that. Like, I believe I can be a psychic as a profession if I really wanted to, but in terms of like, I'm going to move something with my mind, I can tell what you're thinking without context clues. Like, no, it's all about like using your brain, context clues. So no, I don't believe I have psychic powers. Have you ever seen a ghost? No. Do you dream often? Yes. You have nightmares often? Yes, I do. For a long time, it sucked. In college, by the end of my college years, it was like a good, like, year, I think, where at least once a week I would die in my dreams. And it wasn't fun. It's not like, like, my brain is telling me something. It's like, no, like, this is a dream where I'm in a roller coaster over the water, like an ocean. The roller coaster is coming out of the ocean, and then the roller coaster is broken. And so then the car just, like, breaks and falls into the water, and then I'm stuck in this cart while sharks are eating me. It's like, that's not fun. And then I wake up and I have to do school the next day? I have to be a person the next day? Ugh. No. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? No. I have had a couple when things were very stressful, but I don't it's not a common thing, and it sucks when it happens. Do you suffer from depression? Yes, I do. My brain doesn't work that all that often. Right now, it's fine. But sometimes it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna stare at a wall for a bit and just lay down and just, like, be sad vibing. I think a lot of people suffer from depression now. Mental health has gone down in the world just a lot lately, and it's not good. Treat yourself. Sit up straight. Drink some water. Be good to yourself. Do you exercise often and stay active? I know that there is more people who exercise more than me. My boyfriend exercises 5 days a week, and he goes and like lifts. But I will try my best to at least like get up during the day, stretch, at least try to like dance a little bit. That was from an earlier question. I have VR games that I will do and play that get me very active. Last week I went for a run because I hate myself. So yes, I think I do stay active often enough. Do you consider yourself emotionally wounded? I did when I was a teenager, but now no. I just consider myself like everyone else. We all deal with the same shit. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes, I have. Do you ever feel lost in life? Yes, I do. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? I hate doing it, but yeah, I can definitely put on the big boy pants and be like, all right, everyone, we're gonna do this. Like, this is how we're going to lead today's session of Dungeons and Dragons, or of talking about our feelings, or just like, this is where we'll go on our hike. Like, yeah, I just don't want to do it. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? No, there's a lot of beauty in the world, but I had to think about it. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't stand in the shower and be like, yeah, and then you know what? I'd beat the crap out of that guy for being a terrible person, and I'd save the day. Have you ever been bullied? Yes. Actually, there was, I'm just like rapid firing stories at you, I'm sorry. But there was one time in middle school, I was very, like, sad, emotional, angsty teenager, but no one could bully me. It was really funny. There was a bunch of, like, 3 larger guys, we'll say. One of them I was friends with back in 5th grade, but in 6th grade or 7th grade, whenever it was, he decided to be a bully. And I was very small in middle school. I weighed probably like, because I weighed 115 in high school, so I probably weighed like 90s or 80s in terms of pounds. In middle school, I was small, very short. I could, like, we had half-size lockers. I could fit in those. Not because I was bullied, but because I was just like, I wonder if I fit in here. I did. But the 3 bullies came up to me, and they started making fun of me for how small, skinny, and short I was. And I just said, like, I only need to buy 1 plane ticket when I go to travel. And then I stood up, I closed my locker, and I just walked away. It wasn't the coolest thing to say. Like, oh, I dropped the mic, but it was just like, I don't see what you're getting at here. Like, you're large, I'm small, who cares? You're gonna throw shade at me, I'll throw shade right back at you, whatever. Yeah, I've been bullied. Have you ever bullied someone else? I have once. This is a very interesting story. In 2nd grade, I thought to myself, I want to see what it's like. I was a kid, I was stupid, I was like, what is bullying like? So on the way from the cafeteria to the place where we had recess out in the field, I saw 2 little girls. Like, they were much shorter than me, and I was like, I'm going to bully them. I'm going to see what bullying is like. And I said, hey, and the girl turned around. I was like, your pigtails look stupid. And her friend looked at me like, that's not very nice of you. And they both, like, turned away and walked away, and I felt terrible. To this day, I still think about that. I thought about it, I think, a couple weeks ago, where I was like, I hope she's okay. I wonder if she thinks about it as much as I do. She probably doesn't remember. She was even younger than I was in 2nd grade, so she was less than 7. She's probably like 5. And she probably doesn't care, but it's just like, that felt terrible. Like, I remember just this feeling of guilt and shame when I was like, why did I say that? It's like, I don't want to bully someone. So I've never intentionally bullied someone other than that. But yes, I did bully someone once. Because I want to see what it was like. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Yes. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Yes, I think everyone does. And I feel terrible for it. If I've ever hurt your feelings unintentionally, I'm so sorry. I do not mean to. I would take it back if I could. Let me know. Because sometimes I'm just a dunce about it. But I feel terrible whenever I see someone who is unhappy because of me. It doesn't feel good. And I want to try to rectify that if I can. Do you find space fascinating? Yes, I love space. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? Yes, I made art the other day. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Oh boy. The facade breaks. I'm no longer smiling. I'm kidding. I'm trying to think. Do I consider myself to be a good friend? I know my friends would probably tell me that I am a good friend, but I don't consider myself to be a good friend. I believe I can always be way better. I've seen myself unintentionally hurt my friends' feelings to cause problems because because I'm being selfish, and that weighs very heavily on me. And I want to be better. I think it is a good thing to want to be better, and that's the most important part. If some people say I am a good friend when they're not, then they're causing misery to people that they care about, and that's not good. But I'm okay with saying that I'm not a good friend because I want to work on it. And while other people might say that it's okay, I want to still be better. I hold myself to a better standard than what I'm able to meet currently. So, no, I don't consider myself a good friend. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Yes. Do you believe in perfection? Yes, but I don't believe we can get it, but I believe it's something we can strive for. Have you ever stolen from someone? No. Technically I did once, where it was like a toy from a friend. Like, she had some plastic little like gem thing, and I was like, I want that. But I think I gave it back because I was just like, I don't, like, again, I was like, this isn't mine. I don't, like, I stole that, and like, so I just like didn't tell her, but I just like left it back in her room later. So no, I haven't stolen from someone. I didn't like keep anything. Did you ever kill someone under any or would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? I don't think I would. It's a tough thing to think about. Because I'm sure somewhere in the world you can try to say like, oh, but what if everyone in the world would die unless you killed this one person? But then technically I'm killing those other people, so that's not a good example. Someone has very permanently hurt and injured a friend or loved one. I would not take that out on the other person. I would not sacrifice someone. I would not do that. Misery happens. And if something terrible happens to a loved one, I'm not going to kill someone else. If someone is in danger, I'm not going to kill the person causing the danger. I will find there's always another solution. So no, I would not kill someone under any circumstances. I would probably get myself killed first. Trying to not get anyone killed. Or kill someone. If you had to have one day to live, would you tell anyone? Yes. I don't want it to come as a shock to people. I want people to be able to say their goodbyes to me. It's like, oh yeah, you have been shot, and your brain will stop functioning because of the bullet, some James Bond thing or something. I think it was a Bond villain. It's like, you have one day left to live. I would want to tell my loved ones and say like, hey, this is what's going to happen. So if you stop hearing from me, that's why. If you have anything else if you want to say goodbye, just say goodbye. It's probably what the day is going to be. I don't want to spend it selfishly on myself. I want to make sure other people can have closure instead of just be like, oh, he's gone. Too bad. Deal with it. It's like, no, I would like to at least give people the courtesy of that. So yes. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? What are my darkest secrets? I don't have some very dark secrets, but I'm pretty open. I'll tell people. If you want to know about me, I'll tell you. I'll tell you all about it. You trust me, even though you know nothing about me? Sure. I mean, you're doing a test. Do you know who I am? No? If I appeared right behind you right now, would you scream? Yeah? That would be pretty alarming. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? Physically, I know you're not behind me, but, like, in a metaphorical, metaphysical way? That's a little spooky. I'll play into that, yeah. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Yes. I want to understand people's feelings. I want to empathize with people. Even if I can't sympathize with them, I at least want to understand what they're going through. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? Um, I don't consider myself Hollywood romantic. I don't like candlelit dinners, rose petals everywhere, going for long walks on the beach. But I do like to hang out with my loved one. I do like the idea of being loved and stuff like that. So yeah, I do a little bit. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Yes, I have been in lots of sparring, um, like fighting. It wasn't like to defend myself or anything, but I've been willing to throw down to defend someone. Never kill someone, obviously, but like if I'm willing to protect someone, and I have lots of practice in doing so. So yes, people think because I'm small, I'm short, I'm shorter than most people I know, that like I can't absolutely throw hands. I will. You got to catch these hands. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? I used to be, and I believe that's because I wasn't drinking enough fluids. But I drink. I do my best to drink a lot more fluids. I also have a lot of kidney stones because I'm pretty sure the fluids thing. But not anymore. No, I haven't had bad headaches or migraines. Like if they're one-offs usually, and I can trace it back. Like, oh, it's because I was not drinking water, or I was staring at a screen for too long while not drinking water. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Yes, I do. I always found it very interesting. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? No, not really. Sorry. Would you ever shave your head? Yeah, not for style reasons, but like if a loved one is going through cancer, and we're all shaving our heads, like, yeah, I will do that. My hair will grow back. I will be fine. I'll still be me at the end of the day. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? Yeah, a little bit. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Yes. That is almost exclusively when I dance. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Who is my best friend? I have a lot of very extremely good friends, but best friend implies there's one above the others, and I don't think I rank my friends that way. So I will say all of these friends that are of an extreme caliber, you wish you were friends with all of them, but I am friends with them. They are my friends. They are my very awesome, good, they're my best friends. And I do trust them entirely. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? Yes. There are definitely some times where I'm like, oh my god, I forgot all about this. Like, this child's toy that I had, or this place I went to, this person, this show. There's some TV shows where I'm like, oh my god, the Megas XLR, I had complete, like, this unlocked in my brain. But otherwise, I remember my childhood extremely well. My first memories from when I was 2 years old. I was at a flea market circus in Texas, and the clown, for the finale, rode on 2 ponies. He was like standing on top of each of them. Like, here's one pony, here's the other. And they rode around, and I remember being terrified, like, he's gonna fall off and die! As a 2-year-old, apparently. But, yeah, I remember a lot of my childhood. Yeah. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? No, it's not my money. It's not my money. Why would I do that? That's someone else's money, and the bank isn't going to suffer from it. They're going to be like, sorry, your money got stolen from us, so it's your fault. It's your problem. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? I did once or twice, actually, during the whole, like, period of bad nightmares and stuff. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? No, actually, I don't. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? I don't think I do, no. Like, I don't think I've ever had the, to put my pants on when I went to school, stuff. No. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? I do. In the last couple of years, I've really started enjoying them. I also like to take notes on them and apply them to horror D&D. I love being able to better my craft. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Yes, I do. Do you like being the center of attention? This is an interesting one. A couple years ago, I would say yes without hesitation. I still believe I do, but it's become less like of a thing that I enjoy or strive for. I've become a little bit like, I don't know if it's just recent events in the last couple of years, or it's like being alone all the time in my house. Like, I spend so much time in this room because, like, I don't need to go out. Everything's remote. Everything is digital. I took one of my classes completely online, and I just, like, would wake up, stay here in this room all day, and then go to sleep. it's been really weird. And I don't know if that's had anything to do with it, but I will sometimes now just I used to always crave to be the center of attention. I loved being funny. I loved telling stories. I loved just having fun. And I don't think I always sought it out, but it kind of always happened in my mind where I'd look back and be like, yeah, I was the one hogging all the attention. And lately I've started to become a little bit like self-aware of that. It's like, I don't want to be the only person in the room that everyone's looking at. I don't want to be the person who's talking all the time. ADHD, I will just blurt things out. I will keep talking all the time. I will just like comment on everything. But when I start to notice like I'm talking a lot more than other people, I'll kind of quiet down, and I don't want to be the center of attention as much anymore. But I do still like being the center of attention. People are talking about me and everyone's like, oh yeah, that was really good the way you did this and stuff. It's like, I do still like that. Just a little bit less so. Do you feel like something is always watching you? No, not really. I'm not that interesting. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Yes. Space sounds awesome. Zero gravity, just seeing the Earth. Like, it's one thing to look things up online. You see a picture of, like, the Grand Canyon, of a forest, but it's another thing to, like, be there and to see it. And I would love that experience of, like, looking down at the Earth or seeing the moon huge because I'm closer to it. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? I've heard of people who have. Like, I heard one of my old bosses, he apparently, like, almost died, I guess, one time, where he just, like, was very sick with a fever. He was losing a lot of body. He wasn't drinking well. And apparently, like, had an out-of-body experience where he looked at his body, and it's like, I don't think I've experienced something like that. Maybe something to a lesser degree, but I haven't had fever, I haven't, like, done drugs, I haven't, like, nearly died. It's just like, no, not really. Have you ever punched a nun? I don't think so. But the interesting thing is, there's a possibility I might have. I went to a lot of Christian Catholic private schools when I was younger, and any one of them could have been a nun at one point. We could have had those. I might have, as a kid, punched something, but I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. Do you like dogs better than cats? I don't, actually. I like cats more. They're like roommates, and I just love cats. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? I used to love watching movies, but I also have always loved reading. Reading for me is very sporadic. I will go many months without reading, not being able to pick up a book, and then I'll just like sit down and be like, this is what I did today. I read 500 pages. The end. So yes. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nun? I'm a little bit curious. What does that have to do with anything? Do you get starstruck easily? I actually don't meet many celebrities. The closest I've met to a celebrity has been the girl, one of the little girls from it was like some paper commercial. They were all in a treehouse, and the guy, like some guy, like looks into the window and he's like, "Oh well, if you need more flyers for this event that you're holding, like the Pinewood Derby race, you're gonna need paper from W.B. Mason or something." And I met the little girl from, like, that was in the treehouse of that commercial, and I was like, oh my god, it's you! Like, I'm actually recognizing you from that, and that's really weird that I'm recognizing you. And that's the closest I've ever gotten to meeting a celebrity. And I guess I got starstruck. But otherwise, other than just, like, I think I was more interested in the realization of, like, oh my god, I recognize you, that's weird. But if I met, like, some person, I'd be like, no, they're just a person. So no, I guess not. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Yeah, I don't like them. They're fun every now and then, but I definitely have to prep myself the whole day for it. Be like, all right, this is what I'm doing later today. I have to make sure, like, I spend 3 hours getting ready. I have to just, like, plan to unwind afterwards. I don't want to talk to anyone else at the end of the day. So yeah, I kind of do. Your favorite part of your birthday, receiving presents? Yes, it's fun. It's exciting. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun, like, really, like, just like bam, right in the face, nun punch? Again, there is a greater chance that I have than most of the people who are going to be watching this. But no, I don't think I have. Yes, I laughed. I did laugh. No, I didn't. I didn't say what the fuck. I'm now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime too. Yes. Also, it's not a nun, and it wasn't punching, but my parents love to get these weird, like, very strange little gifts, for things like Easter. They would get me the He Lives playset, where it's just like a whole bunch of little, like, just like little wooden pegs. That's what I get for eating crumbly biscuits while I'm recording. I'm sorry, I'm making you all watch me eat breakfast. But yeah, I got the He Lives playset, nun catapult, nun bowling. My parents have a lot of fun with the very strange, weird gifts, and I love them. My friends also love them. I have shown my friends the He Lives playset, and it's a little bit of a joke between me and my friends, and it's so hard to find images of the He Lives playset, but it's really funny. So I've bowled with nuns, I've catapulted nuns, but I've never actually punched a nun. I would love a nun punching bag now. That would be great. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? If there is a hell. Like, personally, I don't believe in hell. But if there is, do I think I'm going to it? No. I don't think I've done anything terrible. Like, oh, well, like, I'm gay. But no. Okay. Quality video content. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yes. I love them. Do you masturbate frequently? Yes, I am a guy. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No, I know what frequently means. I'm more than slightly uncomfortable right now. Yeah, my parents are watching this. Is your mouth dry? No, I'm drinking tons of stuff. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No. I don't like doing it as much. I've tried to definitely tone down on how much I swear, because I did a lot in college. I would, like, make up new ways to swear. It's like, the more you swear, the less meaningful it is. So I wanted it to have meaning, and it just felt like a silly little thing to constantly include in my sentences. So no, I don't really. But no, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? No. But I do believe that there are, like, gigantic krakens in the ocean. Like, have been giant squids that have been seen washing up, and those can definitely cause myths. I think Bigfoot is just a dude who is walking around and they're like, oh my god, no one's in the woods. Like, there probably is someone else walking around. But no, I don't believe in legendary beasts. Like, the Kirin is not real. I'm sorry, but it's not. Are you poor with money management? No. I've been living very frugally for the last many years, and there were definitely times where it's like I have $5 in my bank account at the end of the pay week. I actually, one time, I think the lowest amount, other than going over, was like $2 in my bank account, and I was like, this is not good. I hope nothing dings me for a charge, because then I will pay extra money for not having any money, which is stupid. But I think I'm pretty good at saying, like, I need to cut back on spending. I will not spend anything. That being said, I just bought this game. It's only $2, but, like, it's $2. Whatever. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? No, I hate math. Do you speak more than one language fluently? No, I speak English. Pretty much that's it. I learned Spanish in school, but it never stuck because I, wasn't using it frequently. I tried, but I had no one to talk to with it. And then also, they started me in 7th grade. So I was, let's see, 6th grade, or 1st grade, I was 6. So by math, by 6th grade, I was 11. So I was 12 years old by the time they began teaching me the basics of Spanish. And I pursued that all the way through senior year of high school, and then I stopped after that. And I think I could hold a very shaky conversation by the end of my high school career, but no. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? I visited Canada, technically, for Niagara Falls. but that's like very border, not going into Canada. And then I also technically visited France, but that was in the Caribbean because they own France and what was the other one? Dutchland. Can you tell I'm American? But they were on the island of Saint Martin. Half the island was owned by France, half the other island was Dutch. I think it was Dutch at least. Oh god, I hope it was. Either way, they were both European owned, but they weren't technically in another country. They're like they're not Europe. But yes, technically I have cross borders. Do you enjoy coffee? Not really, no. I'm drinking it now. This is a very strange occurrence for me. It's caffeinated. I never drink caffeinated things, so I'm going to be bouncing off the walls. But no, not really. It hurts my tummy. Do you believe in demons? No. Do you believe in angels? Yes, I do believe that there are my loved ones and loved ones that I don't even know who love me. I believe that they are out there. They don't just poof and stop existing. And I believe that constitutes as an angel. Are you afraid of sharks? I know that sharks aren't as bad as everyone makes them seem, but I am still a little like if I knew that there was a shark within like less than a mile of me in the ocean, I'd probably get out of the ocean. Like that's their home, not mine. I'm intruding, so I'd probably just be like, okay, yeah. Same with spiders. Like, okay, yeah, keep us separate. Do you prefer baths over showers? If I could take baths all the time, I would, but showers are just way more practical. But yes, I prefer baths over showers. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? The way people use it most often is too much, and that gives me a headache. When I can smell someone like on the other side of a subway train, it's like, oh, like too much. That gives me a headache. I have a very sensitive nose. So yes. Do you see the shadow moving? Did you see that shadow move in your room a few moments ago? No? I don't think any shadows have moved, actually. So no? Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? Yes, I've heard my mom call my name a couple times. Like, it's her voice. I'm not just, like... I know I'm imagining it, but it's like, that was so uncanny, my ears believed it. And it's like, my mom isn't here. Or, like, I'd be like, hey, Mom, did you call my name? And she's like, no, I didn't say anything for the last 3 days or something. It's like, huh. Yes. I have heard my name be called. Because my brain convinces me. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? Yes, because I lose them. Do you ever hear footsteps around when you're alone? No. I used to hear a lot more noises in my house when I lived with animals in the house, and I would just be like, whenever I would hear noises in the house at like 3 a.m, I'd be like, that has to be an animal. It's not someone who's broken into the house, because the animals would let me know. The animals would be freaking out. Even the cats would. They would at least be running around and stuff, like being crazy and something. But no. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? No, I don't actually hear random knocking noises. That was kind of obvious. I did just knock, but it was a bad joke. No, I don't. Do you have to look at the same time? Do you have to look at the same time on the clock every day? Oh, so like every day I look and it's like, oh, it's 4:13 again. No. Like, oh, that's the third day in a row that I've checked and it was 4:13. Like, I seem to catch that minute. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? No, thank God, no. Do you have any pets? No, I would love to have pets. I have plants. He's a little baby plant, like you can see it. It's cute. Love you. But no, I don't have any pets. I would love a cat. I would love certain dogs. What's your favorite color? Green. Technically, I love the color white. But everyone's like, white is a shade. It's like, all right, well, what color did your mother wear on her wedding dress? It's white. They will say it's a white dress. They're not going to say, it's a very desaturated, high brightness blue. It's like, no, it's white. It's white. Technically that is, but I love the color green. I love, in the last couple years, I have loved the way that trees look, the way that plants look, the way that green resembles life, um, and just like the earth, nature. I know some people like money, and it's like, no, I have no interest in the color of green pertaining to money. I love it when it's leaves, when it's trees, when it's like moss, or the color of like when the water hits the light, or the light hits the water just right. That's like, that's kind of greenish water. That's pretty. I love it. Are you attracted to a family member? No, thank God, no. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yeah, I don't need that much money. No one needs that much money. Everyone's like, oh, this is a very charitable billionaire. No, they're not. They're billionaires. There are charities because people with that much money exist. That's why charities exist, because money is being hoarded. I don't need that much money. I would make myself comfortable. I'd set myself up. That way I can not worry about money, so I can pursue artistic means. Maybe like do YouTube full time. If I won the lottery, I would just like make videos, make art, have fun. But I wouldn't keep it. I would give it to friends, family. I would help people out. I have already, with the low amount of money I have, I will do my best to say like, hey, I know that you're struggling with money. Let me help you a little bit. Like, it's not easy, but I would, like, I already do that. So I would share. I love sharing money with people. I love being able to help people. So yes. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? Again, leadership. I am a natural leader. But I would be a terrible dictator, and also I would hate being a leader, so no, I don't, no. Do you ever wonder what it'd be like to be imprisoned? Yeah, I think everyone has wondered. I've wondered a lot of things. I imagine tons of wild things, like all sorts of scenarios. My brain, I look at something and I just start thinking about it, you know? Do you like fishing? I don't fish often. I have enjoyed hanging out. I enjoy the setup of all of it, but the actual catching fish, not really, no. No, not really. Do you like hunting? No. I don't like the idea of killing an animal for fun, and I don't need it for food, so I don't like the idea of it. Do you like camping? I think camping is fun. I haven't done it often enough. I would definitely like to make sure I'm comfy while camping. I want a nice tent. I don't want an RV. But I like being out in nature, so yes, I do like camping. Do you like guns? No, they don't interest me. I don't need guns. Are you getting tired of answering questions? My throat's getting a little bit sore. But no, I'm enjoying this. And this is... Holy crap, I've been doing this for almost an hour. Oh my god. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? I think so. I think I can have fun in the room. Whatever room that is. Eyes of the Window to the Soul. Do you agree? Yes, I actually made a whole art series of emotion with the human eyes. Emotions are you expressing yourself, and eyes are extremely expressive. Smile with your eyes. Like you can do all sorts of. You can have a conversation with someone with your eyes if you're really good at it. You know. Do you always keep your promises? When I am able to, yes. If things are out of my control, I try not to promise things. Like I promise that the gas prices won't go up. Like I'm not going to promise it because I'm that's out of my control. But if I say like, oh hey yeah, I promise I will be there and attend to this event or something, like yeah, I'm going to promise. I don't make promises too terribly often because I want to make sure I can keep them. But yes, I keep my promises when I do make them. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? It's not a grudge, but I'm not stupid. If someone has lied to me, I am open to accepting, to second chances. But there's going to be that level of reservation. I will be guarded about it. I will let you I will let you have a second chance. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be stupid about the second chance. No. Would I ever? I believe that they can prove me wrong. It takes... What trust once lost is hard to gain back. That's something that my parents instilled in me. Oops, sorry. It was something that my parents instilled in me. Like, you have to keep trust of people. People don't trust you, it's going to be difficult to get that back. But I believe it can be reacquired. But you have to trust the person, and they have to definitely earn it. But yes, it is possible. Are you an only child? No. I have a brother and sister. I was an only child for 9.5 years, though, so I am 9.5 years older than my next oldest sibling. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Yeah, it's fun. I sometimes just, like, get bummed out when I'm drunk. It's like, man, now I'm a sloppy Sandra, and I don't know why I did that. I don't go out and drink. I did, like, a couple times with coworkers. Otherwise, I just stay home. I play video games. I watch TV, and I'm like, I could have done this without it. Like, I'm a sloppy Sandra. Do you like tattoos? I think they're cool, but I don't want them on me. I had originally toyed with the idea of, like, what tattoos would I want if I had to get one? And I have a couple ideas, but I don't really want them. But I think they look cool. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No. Do you believe you have a soul? Yes. I have never gotten high other than, like, prescribed pain meds. And even then, I've been telling doctors, like, when I pass kidney stones, I don't want pain medicine. I don't go to a hospital anymore for that. It's, one, too expensive. I was charged $6,000 for an ultrasound and to be told to take ibuprofen. What? You're like, oh yeah, you're passing kidney stone. I'm like, really? You don't say. I had no idea. I came to the hospital because I was unsure if I was in pain. And they're like, just take ibuprofen. So I don't even bother with pain meds anymore. I want to make sure that I am aware of what is happening. If something's wrong with my body, I want to be able to properly tell a doctor, hey, the feeling hurts this much, and it feels like this, and it's here. Did you cry this week? Yes, I think I did. Yes. I don't cry often, or I don't cry much. I get sad, but the actual, like, tears coming out is difficult. Sometimes I am stupid and I will cry at, like, emotional things in movies. I think once a commercial got me too, and I was like, oh, it's so inspirational. Are you upset with someone right now? Yes, I am. And I think the person knows about it, but, like, it is what it is. Oh well. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? I think so, but I think it's because it would just be more of a hassle to be honest. It's like I'm not gonna cause problems. I don't want to cause problems, so I'll be pleasant. I'll be nice, but it's like, I could be more honest with you, but that's not gonna do anything. So yeah. Do you understand how this works yet? Yeah, I knew for a while. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. That's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them, the combination you answer them in, and how many different variables you'd never guess. Do you understand? Yes. My thoughts will change. If I were to take this test from beginning again, I will probably have different answers. I will assuredly have different answers. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous question you just answered? Yes, I've been recording for an hour now. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else while they're using this is just a byproduct of this intention, would you believe that? No, because I don't know you. Like, there's a chance that you're like, oh ho ho ho, but it's like, no, I found this haphazardly. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Yes. Are you afraid of dying alone? No. Everyone dies alone. No one walks through the grim, macabre gate with someone else. You die alone. You may die at the same time as someone, but you die alone. And that's the end of it. It is what it is. Also, it looks like I'm hunching forward a lot. It's not. Like, I have a pillow here. Anyways, back to death. You die alone. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. Don't stress it. Enjoy what you've got while you got. It's gonna happen eventually. Who cares? Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? No. I didn't before. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? Am I? Not always, no. But I often am. If I'm out in public, it's like, yeah, I catch these hands. I dare you. Do you feel like I know you yet? No. Maybe like you're understanding me, but you're also just a program. The writer might understand where I would be in this part of the questions. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? Yes, the game is making a lot of strange noises. So yes, I think we haven't enough information about you. Whether you skip questions, answered honestly, oh, we're at the end. Without reading or understanding, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Wow, this was an hour long? I thought it'd be half that time. I'm judging you. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude, okay? If anyone has been put in a box in this lifetime, it's you, okay? And that isn't just a feasible thing to do with someone such as yourself. I was put in a locker once, but it was me who did it. I talked about that. Wow, I talked about that. That was a long time ago. You don't belong in a box. You belong on a pedestal because you are magnificent whether you understand it, realizing it, or even accept it. Okay? Oh. People look at you and your first thought is negative. You get uncomfortable. You're not looking at you for the reasons you think. They're admiring you. They're even somewhat intimidated. Oh. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. You give up. Wait, hold on. No, that's... Wait, was it like one question in particular that I answered? That you give off such a powerful aura about you that people straight up don't know how to handle your presence. They can even appear a bit standoffish at times, but that's not because they don't want to know you. They just don't know how to act around you. Maybe you do know me. Hold on. You're not like other people. You think it's a problem with you, but it isn't. It's a power to be admired, though it's often misunderstood. Unfortunately, it's often misunderstood even by you. I'm sorry. Hold on. This is like Ori and the Blind Forest. I wasn't prepared for that right off the bat. Okay, hold on. You need to understand that no matter what you do, not everyone is going to comprehend who you are, and that you're capable of both good and bad. You will, however, find someone you can open up to completely, because they will be that special key to unlock the gate you keep so guarded. I think I definitely do have a friend or two like that, and they know who they are. You need to do your best to open up, though. Make yourself a bit more accessible, give people an opportunity to get to know you. I think I do that a lot. They absolutely love what they see and hear. You need to build some confidence, or simply fake it. They won't know the difference. I've been working on that as well, but it's a lot of work to open up to people to the point where I am comfortable with it. When I do open up to people, I feel very insecure about it. I feel like, sorry to bug you with that. I'm talking about me a lot. I try to flip it back, be like, how are you today? What have you been doing? Because I don't want to just make it about me. I think in the past I was like that because I was just completely oblivious. But I definitely, again, that's in the last couple of years, I've become very guarded about how I come off to people. And I feel like I can be a bother at times with how much I can be sometimes. One thing you do need to be careful of, however, is trusting what people say and taking it to heart when it's negative. People who don't like you for whatever reason don't dislike you because there's something wrong with you. They dislike you because there's something wrong with them. No one who truly got to know you could ever dislike someone so astonishingly in depth as you. If you don't understand yet, one day, very soon you will. I don't want to say it's wrong with them. It's your fault you don't like me. But, okay. Your secret word is justice. Remember this word. This will come in handy. That actually caught me off guard for a bit. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we will always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. That was an excellent game. That was excellently done. That was only $2 on Steam. It was $1.99 American human real dollars. That was That was a great experience. I'm so glad I did that. It was longer than I thought it would be. I'm gonna wrap this video up really soon. But wow, that was a lot of fun, and I wasn't... It felt like a sucker punch at the end. I feel like they buttered me up a little bit. But, wow, that was great. I would recommend everyone to do this. Maybe they'll nail you down and catch you off guard. Maybe they'll know you better than they knew me. Maybe they'll know you a little bit less. But whether you share this with other people or not, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a long video. I don't think I want to divide this up into 2 videos, but as you can tell from watching this, it was fun. I hope you've enjoyed having a drink with me. Hopefully you weren't eating and coughing while recording, but thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, check out some of my other videos. I have plenty. I have a lot of videos, and feel free to check them out. I hope you have a great day, and if you play this game, let me know what you got. So, we'll see you next time. There's no one in here, right?